You're tuned to the News 6 Network, where the news comes first.
Well, he's a hit at the State Fair of Virginia. David Richardson is more than a New York cowboy at heart.
He's taken his passion for diamondback rattlesnakes to a whole new level. Joining me this morning is the famous Texas Rattlesnake Handler, Dave.
David, these things are still poisonous, so...
Oh, they sure are.
Yeah, just
they
keep
sure
in your
are.
bud.
These guys have hemotoxic venom. They're kind of neat rattlesnakes. They have, in the United States, there's probably 34 to 36 species and subspecies of rattlesnake. These snakes are Western diamondbacks. And you can see them right at the Virginia State Fair. We're having a wonderful time over there. And those people put together a beautiful state fair for all of us.
Now, you said you don't carry around an anti-venom.
No, because it has a shelf life. It's just like a quart of milk, you know. You can keep that in the fridge for just so long, maybe about 2 weeks, and then you have to throw it away.
But nothing in the fridge is going to kill you.
Yeah, but this is just great. This fella right here, it probably weighs about 4.5 or 5 pounds.
He is beautiful.
Oh, he's a nice looking snake, and of course you can see the diamonds on his back, and all Western diamondback rattlesnakes have this black and white striped tail section. We can get a look at that. Let's take a look at that tail section.
Now look at the length of that.
Oh yeah, it's got quite a tail. And look at the rattle. You take a look at that rattle. These snakes are born alive. They do not hatch from eggs. And when they're born, they have a button on the end of their tail. They're about the size of a wood pencil. And the first time they shed, the button on the end of the tail catches a link of skin. I'm going to bring out another one. Why don't we take a look at his face?
Yeah,
That's
let's...
okay.
Over there.
I went to
You keep coming
Sweetwater.
over here, and I'm ending up behind this bookshelf.
I was
over
at
here.
Sweetwater, and I know there was like thousands of these snakes out there.
Yeah.
And my question is, when you get ready to go on to a den of these, how many are you going to find?
Well, you know, all the dens are a little bit different, but generally you can find as much as 100, 200, 300 snakes in one den.
And how do you go after getting all if they're all there?
All right, but I don't want to be confused because I don't go and raid dens.
Right.
Where I get my rattlesnakes is under people's houses.
Toys R Us or PetSmart?
Well, there you go. All right,
perhaps, I don't know.
Actually, these come from under people's houses. You know, or maybe they're out in the barn, or maybe they're on the back porch, and people call a friend of mine all frantic because there's rattlesnakes in the yard, you know. And you know, the #1 group that's bitten most often are small children.
Yeah.
See, and then the second group that's bitten most often are handlers.
And the third is not TV.
TV hosts are right up there with being
Well,
bitten.
show us the things.
Let's take a look.
She's got to see it.
All right, we're going to take a look at the fangs on this rattlesnake. Let's go ahead and set them down here. What a good boy. Hey,
There's nothing I can do to help you, right?
Oh, I'll tell you. You
think
just
so.
kind of keep it. Oh, what a good boy. Hey.
And also, you don't milk these snakes, right?
No. Do we have a pen? A pen or a pencil?
Yeah, here you go.
All right, look at that.
There we go.
Fine. Thank you, Tracy. We're all set. We're good to go. Let's take a look at his fangs. Are we good here? Can we?
You got a close-up
Straight there.
shot?
Right there.
Oh, okay. Now,
Straight there.
let's take a look. We're going to go ahead and just open his mouth and expose his fangs. This really doesn't hurt the snake, but he doesn't like it. It's like going to the dentist. We really don't like it, but it isn't too bad. What a good boy. You see the fangs right there. They fold back. When this snake strikes, he strikes at 150 to 175 miles an hour. He starts his strike with his mouth closed.
He would have to be that fast to catch me.
Oh, how about sorry. But you can see the fangs are covered with a sheath of skin. He's a good snake. What a
Can you
good
see,
boy.
Tracy?
Yeah,
You want to see
no,
it?
I don't want to
You
see
this?
it.
Oh, Tracy, you don't want to
wanna
miss
see it.
this.
I've seen it.
All right.
Ah, okay.
Now,
No, you said you can't teach a snake. Go that way.
Oh,
you can't teach
really
a
can't.
snake tricks.
That's right.
But you can get these snakes to do some pretty amazing things.
Yes, you can. You really can. Now, you notice when I let his head go, he didn't whip around and try to bite me. And the reason for that is I never throw them or drop them on the floor. And, you know, the more you work with them, you have to be very careful because they inflict a terrible, terrible bite.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I mean, speaking of the bite, how deadly? I've heard that it can cut down your nervous system and your circulatory
All right, now
and your
I think
nervous system
Trace,
within
I think you're
seconds.
describing neurotoxic venom. These snakes have hemotoxic. It attacks the muscle, it attacks your tissue, your veins, your artery, and it works like an acid. You know, so they do give a very nasty bite.
You'll get more than a headache.
Oh,
yeah.
big
Yeah,
time, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Now, I'll tell you what, let me bring out another one here, and you can see when they're upset, they really rattle up a storm. Now, this guy here,
Oh, that's the one we want.
yeah, he's a good guy. See,
Yeah.
now, he's a little upset. When they rattle, Trace, when they rattle, the rattle goes back and forth 55 times a second. Now that's really moving. If we were out in the temperature of 95 degrees, these snakes would rattle back and forth 100 times
Okay.
a second. Don't you just
State
love
Fair is here. You
Okay.
can see more of this, right, Trace?
Oh, that's
it's
right.
great.
The State Fair of Virginia
Oh,
is actually going on right now in full swing. You have shows. There's the great food out there, musical acts and rides. It's open daily through October 5th, 10
It reminds
a.m.
me of my old bosses.
to 11 o'clock p.m. Good thing they're your old bosses. And from 10 a.m. to midnight Friday through Saturday. We'll be right back. I don't think